Games AMA number 35. Yeah, we have a lot to cover, going more into depth with the Delabs Playable Layer, also giving some of the latest Delabs token alpha. There's a lot to cover. I know a lot of people, I mean, even though we put up the white paper, a lot of people tend not to really go into depth. It is kind of pretty dense. It first started as a light paper, actually, but because all the details were so in-depth and a lot of things, a lot of mechanisms in play, it became a white paper. So we'll make sure to cover that. So everybody just please hang tight. We will start getting out all the links right now. So we'll get that ready for you guys. We'll get that in the announcements, and we will start very shortly. Let's see. Need to get the YouTube up as well.
So how it doesn't get more authentic?
I think Shao is here.
Oh,
yeah,
Shao.
nothing's more authentic than coming literally from the streets of New York City for NFT NYC.
Wow.
So if you're honking, if you're people yelling from the, that's literally the streets and the people of New York City.
Wow. So Shao is here. Shao is here live from New York.
It's Delabs Live.
Delabs Live. So the announcement has gone out. We are here. A lot of things to cover. Shao, how are you today?
Oh, do I have to like get rid of the word excited? Because I'm always excited. But no, I'm extremely excited today. One, I'm happy to be at NFT NYC, but more happy because we get to cover this amazing, groundbreaking meta created by the wonderful team at Delabs Games. And I can't wait to go over all the different topics. This is where it's at. This is, if you're missing this, you're missing everything.
You heard it here. If you're missing this, you are missing everything. Yeah, so I mean, we are going to be covering a lot of things about the Delabs Playable Layer, how it is sort of an industry disruptor, right? I mean, we are attempting to do something that nobody else has done. And I think that's why there also might be a little bit of reservation in really seeing what is this all about, right? So, I mean, I think this is something that everybody will be very, very excited for. And also James, the Delabs CEO and founder, did cover some of these, but still, I mean, it doesn't hurt for us to kind of go into it, recap it, and kind of go into a bit more in depth and answer questions from the community along the way as well. And again, feel free to ask questions in the chats. We do have the Google form as well in the AMA questions in our Discord at Delabs Official. And on X or on YouTube, just make sure to ask the questions and we'll be sure to answer it. So yeah, let's just get right on into it because we have a lot to cover. So, why the Delabs Playable Layer? What kind of problem is it solving, right? Because everything that we do, everything that's created is to solve a problem and to be a solution for certain things. And so what we really seen, both in Web 2 and in Web 3 for gaming platforms is, a lot of these gaming platforms have failed to maximize their network effect due to, these challenges. For Web 2, gaming platforms' values are defined by the player base that plays the game on the platform. They also lack reward mechanisms, and they extract the value of the platform for themselves. These extracted values are then leveraged to empower the platform providers' bargaining power. And then the player engagement is fragmented by the games they play. and the platforms fail to provide enough incentives for players to move between games on the platform and participate on the platform level. So again, the full control is in the Web2 providers themselves. For Web3, it is very focused on asset ownership. This is one of the core pillars of Web3. This provided a new paradigm shift to the gaming platform model where players can be owners of their assets and the platform's value can be shared through token and governance, but most of them have failed to convert extrinsic financial motivation of the users to having it be an intrinsic one. That's more focused on fun and engagement. And they provide an unstable motivation structure for users, because if they can no longer just extract things and just have their own motivation set, a lot of things tend to go to zero, right? So all in all, Web3 gaming platforms have failed to align the core motivations of the two following groups: gamers and stakeholders. So we are trying to use, one, not only us as Delabs Games being a game company that is focused on fun, but also, yes, we do want to reward those and motivate those in the Web3 space as well. And that's why we will go into kind of how the Delabs Playable Layer is that solution. But I really want to get, Xiao's sort of input and look at how, how the Delabs Playable Layer, are these the problems that we are trying to address, and to kind of go into more depth of the problems that he's seen, I guess more so on the Web3 side, but both Web3 and Web2, where these gaming platforms have not succeeded.
Yeah, what you're really seeing now in Web2 is that, you're basically utilizing attention and you're bringing in people who are playing the game, but you're not really giving them a real sustainable value to them outside of some of the entertainment, some of the outer challenges within that ecosystem. And then even then, they're still extracting liquidity with DLCs, right? So the difficulty is, you put money in, but how do you extract and get value out? Once you're done with the game and you've played it to its end game, is it tournaments? Is it competitive play, co-op? What are you really doing? The reality is a lot of this has lost its luster, and it's lost a lot of its opportunity within even the social capability too, right? This is one of the reasons why you see mobile gaming kind of being and leading the charge, because there's a lot more social virality, there's a lot more social components. When you play mobile games, you're able to post, share, again, and there's a lot of competition. So there's a lot of things that are happening in Web2, but again, the real value is usually tied into the platforms, the actual studios. There's not a lot of that's being returned back to it. And one of the biggest problems you're seeing is a lot of gamers and game studios just repeat the same title year after year without really adding any changes or anything else of significance. And so, you end up just playing the same games over and over, but how are you getting anything back? And so Web3, what you're allowed to do is, one, you're able to have your own digital assets. You have full ownership. When it comes to authenticity, you have provenance. Basically, it means that when you buy something, there's some level of authenticity. And so you don't have to worry about someone selling you a fake, because that for the most part it's real. The other part about Web3 gaming is there is a reward system. So if you're going to put money in, the best part of it is you can get value out, right? Whether it's the reward platform, whether it's a token, there's just so many different levers and mechanisms and things that allow you to really drive, a lot of improvement within that ecosystem. But the problem is when you have Web3, for the most part, whether it's Axie Infinity, whether you have these other games, a lot of it's based off of the liquidity pool, the liquidity of the studio itself. And when people are only extracting value and not necessarily putting back in, and they're doing all this farming, you're just going to see everything go to zero. So that kind of gives you the problems. So for us at Delabs, we try to find something which we'll cover in the next page, is how do we do this in a way that's innovative? How do we do that's industrious, in a way that's robust? But more importantly, how do we do it that makes sense? And you got the previews when it came to James. What I love, when I talk to Will, whether it's behind the scenes or whether it's on these AMAs, is that he's been really working hard with the entire team to really drive value and come up with strategic but yet innovative ideas that is so different from what you're seeing in this space today. A lot of Web3 gaming right now, it's still single game focused. It's still, one of the hardest parts is it's still incentivized focused, where, again, at the end of the day, like a lot of these projects come up with the token before they even have a game. And so you're just seeing all the liquidity of that ecosystem go to zero, right? And so like, how do you add more value? And then there needs to be a better solution. So, as we go over this, hopefully this makes more sense. Hopefully I was able to provide you a little bit more like real world examples. But yeah, we'll cover a lot of this as we kind of go along through this AMA. We appreciate you riding through this journey with us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, what does the Delabs Playable Layer, what are the goals that we're trying to achieve, and how do we solve the issue that we saw with a lot of Web 2 and Web 3 gaming platforms? The Delabs Playable Layer is designed to achieve the following goals: community-based economy, gamer and platform stakeholder alignment, and player liquidity. Just like how, Xiao was going over a lot of problems and a lot of the issues. And so how do we achieve these goals? It is through a gamified platform experience. The Delabs Playable Lab offers a platform-native gamified experience through the AIS, the Asset Inventory System, where users can combine and collect various of our Delabs and all of our game assets for game level and platform level benefits. We also have a platform composability, so where it could provide systematic composability across games on the platform. And we have quality game driving intrinsic motivations. So it's not just about just farming and doing this like a job, but because it is such a fun game, intrinsically you are motivated. You're not motivated by just outside factors or just financial factors to continue playing the game. But kind of going more into what the Delabs Playable Layer is, it's not only are the games having that intrinsic values as well, but whatever missions and everything you have on this layer, there will also be the big alpha from before, mini games as well that can, where you could earn, some more Delabs tokens or rewards and everything. So, we're trying to make this whole experience really focused on games, not only through the big projects that we are releasing and them all operating on this ecosystem as well. I mean, they are standalone games, but then, there are things additionally that motivates you to not only just play one game, but several, so that you can really, really take advantage of this playable layer. So I think that really does, when, like Xiao was saying before, we're not just focused on one project, we're focused on many, right? And, just gaming in general, as much confidence as we have of all of our games, just statistically speaking, there are more games that fail than succeed, right? So why not, have as many bullets as possible? And then on top of that, because we know that our games, people have played our games, they know that they are truly fun games. And, to help motivate or to kickstart certain things for other games, having this playable layer also provides that intrinsic motivation to be like, hey, I want to really play this game too. I want to see what I could get out of this and do this. And I think it just, because there are some high quality games that have to fold because they just didn't have that hype or that user base, right? But having this kind of platform, moving forward in whatever game that could be, a cult classic, but then later on, that could really explode. Something like our playable layer can really provide that, that opportunity for this game to still have that exposure and still motivate people to still try it out. Because some games, it just might be people haven't tried it out yet, right? So there's that aspect to it. But then also, if there's a game that you really love, you can really take advantage of the benefits that it provides as well. So, I know that's a lot of information, Xiao. But what do you think of the playable layer just as a whole kind of being the solution to the problems that we just discussed?
Okay, so this is the fun part, right? So I'll give you. I have a joke with different spaces that I have, but I have like the South 3 points thought. First one is this is super innovative. I was on a space recently talking about it, and I really didn't have anyone ask questions because they didn't know what to think of it. To your point earlier, like there's a lot of curiosity, but there's not necessarily a lot of real world examples. Sometimes you're creating these things, you have to really set the tone. And I believe we're going to do that because of the vast amount of experience, to be fair, that Jumo Quan brings to the table, but also too just the amount of things that go on. Before I go on to the other 2 points, though, let me ask you a question. Just because obviously you work with the team, you're at the corporate office. What did you find the most interesting thing when you were learning about this, when you were going over it, when you were adding your feedback, your thoughts? What's something behind the scenes that someone might not have heard of in terms of alpha, but not necessarily like releasing strategic stuff or like something that we want to unleash, but just more like something topical, just about your first impressions and your follow-up, like thoughts on like how this would work and what was your impression of what you thought it was?
For me, I was really amazed and surprised at how ambitious everything was. I mean, even from the get-go, from the very beginning, for us to be developing 3 games without any real, source of revenue, because as you're developing, you're in the minus. This is all going into the cost of developing a game, and you are, kind of looking towards the future to cover all this later on, right? So from that end, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I understand. We're very confident. We have a lot of the industry veterans, developing these games, and we do have that experience. We do have that pedigree. But I've always kept thinking, man, how are we going to tie this all together? There have always been thoughts of, everybody's been thinking, will each game have their own token? Will there be a token that ties everything together? How are we going to make this ecosystem work? And then, as we were just seeing how, the market moved and a lot of the trends and a lot of things that a lot of people were doing, trying, failing, succeeding. And we're just trying to take all the best things, but we also want to, be, again, the word pioneer has been used a lot, but to be someone that brings something new to the table that sets us apart. And, what really set us apart in the beginning was, wow, we came out of nowhere. We've already been developing for quite some time. We already have playable, versions of the game for all 3. I mean, in the past, 2023, all 3 games people have been able to play. And then we really, officially launched, in April of last year, March, April, and we already have that. And then now we have this platform to tie everything together. So, I mean, just taking the steps of, separate tokens, maybe not. One token together, okay. Now, how can we tie it all together and have that experience not just be something that's, this is just a process I have to do to get the maximum benefit, but for us to gamify that as well, right? So I just think moving on, and that this is also a problem that I don't think a lot of people, I think they're waiting for one project to be successful to launch the next project, to launch the next project, and then try to tie everything together. But for us, I think we had the unique problem of we have 3. Do we keep them apart? Like how, everybody else had their own, token and everything moving that way. But, how can we tie that all together? So, how we've just been planning and to just gamify everything, have every single moment, every single aspect of this experience be fun. I think, people will be able to reap all the benefits of it in game, out of game, whether, for their own personal gains. I think that is what really amazed me, that we were able to gamify all aspects of this. So, I'm just really trying to be an innovator in making, this playable layer. So,
well, I will say one, you kind of touched on the other 2 points I had. So kudos, you broke You broke the wall for me. Thank you. You made it that much easier for me to talk about. Two, isn't it fun when I get to ask the questions? I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I thought you provided a very insightful
Mm-hmm.
answer because, this is one of the funny things, right? Like, as much as I love doing what I do, what's so fun for me is I get to talk to people who are building the games, who are like strategically building community, doing all these things. That's super fun and it's transparent. You get to actually see how a sauce is being made, right? This is super exciting. So on to my second point. Thank you for answering that question. That was really insightful. The second part for me is actually what you went into, right? The biggest problem of Web 2 leading into Web 3 is interoperability. Mm-hmm. But the problem is people only make games that use their own assets. How do you bring in other stuff? Mm-hmm. So we've seen that in Rumble RRS, right? Rumble Racing Star. We brought in other projects, PSP. Mm-hmm. That's great. And it's now being mimicked across the Web 3 gaming space. But the reality is we actually provide interoperability within our own platform for all 3 games, to your point, right? The other part is we can actually bring in other assets. Mm-hmm. We can bring in other PFPs. We can bring in other tokens. We can bring in other, by the way, when I say tokens, I mean NFTs, not actual ERC20s. Mm-hmm. But maybe, who knows? Maybe you could put a ERC20 of Mon, right? Maybe it's like a wager of sorts. Anyways, there's a lot of opportunities in Web3 games. My other point is right. So you're really treating Web3 gaming as what it's supposed to be, right? And then you talk about creating a DAO. You have all this levels of decentralization. There's just a lot of authenticity to what Web3 gaming is. It's not trying to be Web 2.5. It really is trying to set a next level of what it's going to be, what I hope to be the next, milestone, right? The next thing that gets hit across the two. And my last thing actually you hit too, which is really understanding the biggest problem in Web3, which is like, how do you really get gamers to game, right? You can introduce Web3, but the problem is that it becomes so intrinsically focused on just extracting liquidity, making money. And the reality is then, is it a job? Is it fun? Like, how do you reconcile the two? Mm-hmm. I'm on a regular space where every time I talk to the host, he's like, Web3 will never solve this problem because it's financially motivated. Mm-hmm. But IIS solved all of that, right? Because this is the thing. You can use the your AP path. You can use the MetaBolt path. You can do these things to potentially create multipliers, right? Whether that's considered farming, whether that's considered incentivized gaming. Like, you can do those, but you can also give rewards to your actual gameplay, right? So you can say, hey, I can do all these different things in MetaBolts. I can do all these different things in Rumble Racing Star by using the AIS, similar again to like the Diablo charm, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just one of those things that like, this is a way to actually like let gamers do what they love the most, which is just play, right? And you just do this innovative AIS and it empowers them. It gives them something else to do. So, but my point is, it solves both problems, right? To the original point, which is, hey, both sides of the coin get to have it, and they get to do it in a fun way. We'll see that when mini games are released. We'll see that as all the different iterations, the next steps of like these things. But the best part is, we'll build it transparently. We'll do it with you. We'll build out alpha, betas, all these different parts of it in a way that's like true to Web3, and we're going to do it with our community, for our community, and most importantly for Web3 gaming as a whole. And hopefully people continue to take notice that people are kind of creating similar systems, but we're still leading this. We're still driving the motor in this, and we're really creating something different. So for me, I'm really super excited. Hopefully those 3 points make sense. They click to you and show you and paint the picture that this is real and why it's real. And most importantly, it's being true to this. We're not like trying to like fabricate something out of nothing. This is just understanding the core value. One of the things I love about talking to James or Jumon Kwan is that he understands human psyche. So he understands what motivates people, what gets them excited. This is the best part about what gaming is. It's like, hey, if this is fun, why is this fun? Let's do it more. Because at the end of the day, you just want to have a break. You want to have a good time. And this all allows you to do all of that without having to worry about, do I farm this? Do I put this on X? Do I go to Discord? Do I click on this? Who do I need to spam to make this all happen? Just play the game. Use the AIS, use it to whatever functionality or benefit that you're looking for, and just go and do it. Have a great time on us. You're welcome. End of story.
Welcome. Exactly. And perfect transition to the AIS, the asset inventory system, actually. And that is great analysis. And and Xiao is out there really, in all various spaces and everything, really, having us be known out there. And I really encourage everybody who's listening in, everybody who's watching as well. One, to as we have this white paper, as we have this out here, as we educate you guys to go further in depth with this information. To also have this be out there as well, really share this, whether it be on X, whether it be, in various spaces or communities that you're in, that, we are really trying to shake things up in this industry, right? And this asset inventory system, is that very thing, right? So this serves as a core feature in the Delabs Playable Layer, offering a gamified platform experience designed to facilitate the flow of player liquidity across the various games on the platform. It incentivizes users to participate in different games with a blend of extrinsic and intrinsic motivation. Users are driven to acquire assets, which can be equipped to the inventory slots to maximize both gameplay experience and earnings on the platform. This unique feature renders the layer itself playable, fostering seamless user flow between the games and the platform. So it motivates you to collect assets. So we have our Adventure Pass, we have the Metabolts, PFPs, we have the RS Star badges, the RS tokens. I think it's better to show rather than explain. But as you see here, again, in reference to the Diablo Charm system, you have your inventory of, various assets, whether it be the star badges you see here. There could be a Space Frontier NFT, the Ladybuggy NFT. You have, the PFP here, Metabolts, and, however many adventure passes. By one, you have to unlock these with Delabs tokens, right? You have to unlock the slots, but then as you equip it, it must be, with certain, matching up of these assets to unlock it, so that you could have however plus percentage of Delabs token earnings. For the time being, with Metabolts, that the game will probably come out before Space Frontier does. But let's say, for example, Metabolts and RS, the power of all your Metabolts could be increased by a certain amount by you unlocking this and using not only a Metabolts asset, but all of your Delabs assets to, have these boosts. And you could also increase the speed of your lawnmowers and your carts. Like, that is insane.
So I'm gonna interrupt you, but can you imagine that? Like, before, if you want to be a whale, you'd be like, I have all these things, but then what do you do with them, right? Either you buy or you hold, right? Or you sell. This is not really like a fun way to do this. It just becomes basically, I become a glorified trader, right? But in the end, in Web3 gaming, this is something that you get to actually use your assets in a meaningful way, right? This not only, again, introduces interoperability, because we have other partners, we have collaborations, we have so many other things going on. Just imagine the possibilities. You're doing all of these things within the ecosystem, but also you're doing it with others as well. The opportunities are limitless, but more importantly, you actually get to use these NFTs for a purpose other than just buying and selling. So this is my favorite part, right? If you're going to hold the inventory and you're incentivized to hold them, then you might as well actually use them in a way that's actually beneficial to you. This is kind of a win-win for me. I'm not sure how you think about it, but like, I have a whole bunch of NFTs to my wallet. Imagine if I give you value for them by playing games. Boom.
Boom. Boom. And, I think this really does, and this is the fun aspect as well, by what you have and how you want to set it up. And, it is also a mix of assets that you can buy, right, that you could purchase, or these are assets that you can earn, like our star badges, right? So it isn't just reserved for those who are just, hey, I'm just a whale, so I'll just have, but it's those who are actually playing our games, enjoying it, and I'm just saying for star badges. I know that we've had some memes of people, as you could see within our DLabs Discord. You could verify your assets, your star badges, and see, and then have all the roles with all the badges and everything. And it kind of has, like the sometimes the North Korean or those, like generals or military people with the whole thing of badges, right? Like, people might be like, man, you're really playing the game. And I think that really shows how much you're playing Rumble Racing Star, right? But think of how you can apply that here now. Because those aren't things that you were necessarily being like, oh, this is for this purpose, so I'm going to do this. It's more like, I'm playing the game, and these are things that I earn. Not passively, but it's more like, these are achievements that I have by playing a game that I'm having fun with, right? And those things can be applied here, not only to the things that, say you received the Metables PFP for staking, right? And you got that airdrop as well, right? So that is a form of earning as well, by you showing your loyalty to Delabs games, by you staking for that long of a period and from the beginning. I think that's where you reap these rewards as well. But it also doesn't prevent those who are new to the space and want to enter, by coming in and, whether it be, the Lady Buggy, I know NFT is, very affordable at the moment, or things like, getting in with the PFPs or all these different NFTs that you could purchase as well. You could be right in it, So, I think there is that great balance, and I think the system does really open things up for everyone. So yeah, that's what I really like.
I couldn't have said that better.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I will add is this is also replayability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I beat the game, I got all these different levels, I unlocked this and that, but then now with SBTs, you can go in and do things that you never did before, right? And then just think of the different game modes that will be released. And it's just so many opportunities for you to like do things in a fun way that just drives more value.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fun part of what we do, but more importantly, like, the suggestions tab is my favorite part, right? The suggestion channel, because this is the fun part. As we build and we iterate along the way, we'll do it with you, everyone here. Mm-hmm. And so this is my favorite part, right? But yeah, no, you could have said it better. I only had a little bit to add. I just look forward to hitting the next topic that we're going to come across. But man, look at this. That's what I'm saying. This is, how do you not get more excited for this? Because again, it just beats the old way of doing things. Let's do things in a way that's fun, exciting. More importantly, like your way, what makes sense to you, and it's all possible because of AIS. So, kudos to the team for being innovative.
Mm-hmm. So,
and love those star badges. Collect them all.
Collect them all. So, in order to unlock, placement. So here's the thing. So I guess this is where that whole random chance kind of comes up. Like, you can't necessarily purchase a specific space. When you do unlock it, it does unlock randomly, right? But let's say, like for here, in the first example, let's say you unlock it, but, the one in the corner is not really connected here. So you can't connect or link up your assets together in order to get the charm effect, right? So, they must link up. They must have a certain amount where all they're connected in order to have those effects. So let's say, for this example, there's this charm with the 433 Racer, right? And with these star badges, this can't be applied to the current one here because there is no space to put these two together, right? So you must unlock whatever way you can in order for this to be applied here. So, once this whole charm system is online and active, we will provide more details of what can and cannot work for this system and how it really goes into play. But this is just that preview of how, this could be applied and how the charms can be applied and the rules that are in for equipping and everything. It isn't just like, hey, I just unlock. Hey, if you can unlock everything in one go, amazing. That's great, right? But I think this also, motivates people to, kind of grind as well, to really get into the whole, the game mentality of how to unlock everything. So also additionally, to kind of go into the interoperability and also for opportunities for partnerships. And Xiao did touch upon it a little bit of bringing in, our partners' assets in here to, to have certain things available as well. We also enable interoperability between Delabs games and also for third-party projects looking to onboard. So what we will do is we will suggest new boost and sub bonuses for assets from third-party projects, and the playable layer can seamlessly introduce new projects to platform users. So it could be our new games, or it could be just projects that have no connection with Delabs games, not developed by us, but a third-party project. Hey, we could bring it in just like how we did for RRS. And this can really provide opportunities for users to fully experience third-party offerings, increasing conversions and retention rates. And we won't be covering much about future DAO or anything for today, but with the Delabs tokens, there will be active governance for onboarding new projects. So our community can actively participate in selecting and sourcing new projects for Delabs Playable Layer to join the Delabs Playable Layer as well, where we will both mutually be there will be benefits for both, and mutually beneficial arrangements and growth strategies as well. So we know that a lot of our community members are also dedicated community members to other projects as well. And with our community governance and everything that will be upcoming, I think that is something that, that we will be able to really capitalize on and really make this platform grow even bigger. So, yeah, Xiao, you hit the nail right on the head about how not only does this tie together our projects and our future projects, but also because it allows our future projects to kind of come in seamlessly as well, but also for, other projects, Mon, whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't want to keep rehashing this, but the other thing I think that's fun too is let me give you a real example, right? One of the most amazing things that I thought was super under the radar is the fact that one of our board of advisors is the CEO of Pixel, right? One of the hottest projects right now, has a lot of attention. They're building multiple games. Guess what? With this AIS, we get to kind of integrate. We get to kind of have some activations utilizing both our tokens and their tokens, and really just kind of evolving it in a way that, again, is seamless. What I love about all this, the more I keep talking about it, is I don't know, it's not meant to show myself, but the reality is it just adds a very simplistic approach to doing something that actually means something, right? So it's going to be super exciting. That, and your point is too, talk about nail on the head. You hit the other part of it, right? Which is potentially Boxing Star, the new game down the line. All this is possible because of this extra layer. And again, it's designed to just add gamification, add layers, but most importantly, give back to the gamers what they've already put in, right? Imagine all the old games that you played and you're just like, what I do? It's almost like, NFTs. It's like, I have these games, but I don't want to play them anymore. They're not supported. I'm just going to sell it to the GameStop. What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. Or you watch it go to zero. This allows you to just do so many different things that wouldn't have been impossible in traditional Web2 gaming. Web3 just adds that extra layer that it's meant to be. And again, this solves so many problems. Mm-hmm. So that's why I like it really. At the end of the day, you're finding solutions to problems that are happening every day, that have been happening for the past, decades, right? Mm-hmm. Like since I've been gaming for, I don't want to give my age away. I don't want to feel that old. So I'll say multiple decades. And I think, the way it ends up being is that, right? Yeah. But dude, this is so much fun. Mm-hmm. I just can't wait to see how we actually apply this in ways for our community. Mm-hmm. And then, again, show the whole Web3 gaming space what's possible.
And transitioning. Like you said, you were just saying how a lot of other platforms or tokens kind of just end up going to zero because there is no real plan. For us, for our Delabs token, and for our Delabs, playable layer, and how we can sustain all this, we will briefly kind of go over what our business model is. And for us, how are we going to be, making the money to make sure that we keep the lights on and everything keeps on moving? It is through, for our playable layer, it is through our platform fees, the marketplace fees, and the AIS, the cost charge for expanding the inventory spaces, inventory slots of the AIS. Also, more, on the Web 2 kind of aspect, bringing the in-app purchases, right? So purchases made in-game, currency sales or digital asset sales, and from third-party games as well. So third-party games may set the revenue sharing rate, and the ecosystem support, will be proportional to their revenue contribution. But this is how we are thinking of making this sustainable, not only for us, for this to also be what keeps the lights running, but also, for the rewards, for the community as well, and things like that. So, these are, these are the ways that we are going to be making the money. But this is also so that we could go, kind of into the revenue and reward structures as well. So I mean, just to be completely transparent of how are we going to make money, this is how we're going to make money. So before we transition, I think this is pretty self-explanatory, and I don't think this is anything here that's hidden or anything that would surprise
it's
anybody.
Just the most straightforward infographic we got.
That's why we do have the infographics. Everything is here. We did try to make it as easy as possible for people to understand, how everything will run. And for those who are just more looking at it from a financial, perspective, so this is the solid plan of how we're going to be moving forward. So I think that is very, very important as well.
You know what I was going to say, actually, to add?
Sure.
So before I got into Web3 gaming, I actually was in the SaaS-based business. This is when those things that are worth, those unicorns, those billion-dollar, trillion-dollar unicorns, is stuff like this. It's marketplace, it's fees, it's things like that just basically that power the entire ecosystem is the same way. And so this is not just something that, what is this? What is that? This is very well thought of and very well placed. So this makes a lot of sense, and it's done based on scale, right? It's not done because we're charging astronomical things. It's just part of the actual financial ecosystem. So yeah, I guess I do have that to add, but this is a very robust model that is actually the thing that in the .com space, right, in Web 2, is how all businesses are based. So we couldn't be doing it any better. That's my thought process.
So, again, to also be completely transparent of, hey, so what are you going to do with the revenue that you do earn throughout all this, right? So this is the revenue and reward structure. So one thing that I know a lot of people were concerned about, I know James answered it during the CEO AMA last week as well, but just to clarify, for the reward vault, tokens will be used to reward gamers on the platform. But just to, again, the whole vesting period, a lot of people were worried about that. But just to be clear, besides revenue distributed into the reward vault, 25% of the total supply of Delabs tokens, community reward allocation, will be distributed to the community vested for 48 months to reward the users playing games on Delabs games. The 48-month vesting is not for individual rewards. This vesting period is for the total allocated community reward tokens, which is 25% of our total token supply. The rewards we will give to the users will not be vested over 48 months. So, again, just to clarify, and to also just preface everything to be the allocation investing schedule, it is subject to change right? So, but as of right now, that is what it is, right? So, yes, just wanted to make sure that people are not scared off of, this whole statement here, 48 months. It is not for individual rewards. So, just to be clear. Um, Also, for each game, there are certain things that are fluid that will kind of change in the rewards that you can earn in each game. And because the monthly distribution amount of Delabs tokens to each game will be determined based on each game's contribution to the platform, measured by the following factors. One, it is, the base reward. There will be a base reward that is equally distributed to each game, but additional changes, increases will be based on the revenue that is being brought in by the game and also the active user count. So weight and factors will be initially set by the team, but DAO governance will determine these variables as the ecosystem progresses. So in-game distribution mechanics will be determined by each game, taking genre and user behavior into consideration. So again, this isn't just something that is set and equal amongst all games. The base is, but if a game is doing really, really well, that's where you could get the bigger rewards in that game and those benefits as well. So I think we're taking into account for all aspects, still being that support to all games, but also rewarding those games that, are doing well as well. So, and that community that is contributing to that, right? Because you can't have that revenue without the players playing, without the players, contributing. So, yeah, I mean, what do you think about this very fluid, but also very transparent reward structure that we have?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? Like again, you have your baseline, which is the three games, and then based off of the different variables, we're just adding in, right? So to get super technical, I come from a data science and a data science and computer learning algorithm background, and this basically is a thing called attribution, right? You're just basically taking where your revenue is, and you're just attributing in a way that's rewarding for each game that actually delivers, right? And so that way you can maximize your performance and maximize revenue. Why would you give the revenue based off a game that earns the least? No, you want to actually give the revenue that has the most and actually reward and return it back into the ecosystem that you mentioned above, so that it has value. Otherwise, it just becomes innocuous, right? It becomes moot and pointless. So yeah, at the end of the day, what it comes down to, and I'll make it simple, TLDR, we're doing it in a way that makes sense. We're going to go based off of that things that perform the best, and we're going to make sure that those are the ones that have the most value in terms of what we return, but also again, what makes sense. And so, it just shows you again the thought, the consideration, and the strategy behind what we're doing isn't just something that we undercut. This is something that not only are we doing transparently, we're doing in a meaningful way that actually has impact. A lot of times, a lot of people sell you gold, and when it's basically it's iron, right? It's fake. This is actually true to form, and we're just again keeping the things simple and basic, but doing it in a way that I think people will value, because when you look at like the tokenomics and you look at the economics, all of it just rings true. So this is just another step in what we provide in terms of value and in terms of information. But hopefully it makes sense. And obviously, if you guys have questions, we're here for it.
Yes.
But I think it's pretty straightforward in that regard, and I think you covered it very well.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is a lot, and I know Han and Mankos are here as well. I know that, for time's sake, it was basically the Will and Xiao show, but I know Han has been doing a lot of studying, and also Mankos as well, of this Delabs Playable Layer of the white paper. I just also wanted to get the, initial reaction and kind of what you are excited for in this playable layer, starting with Han. What is your reaction, and what are you looking forward to most in this, playable layer?
Well, first of all, for the holders, I'm excited for them to see how it's gonna affect the new feature of like this asset inventory system. Will we be able to make trades here, by the way? Like, or because
So
I think there was a question
mhm.
earlier in Gen chat that can you make trades in the AIS?
So in the AIS, I'm not sure in the AIS, but I do know that we will have a marketplace. So all those details of trades and what can happen, we will be.
Wait, was that an alpha? I think CM will just drop an alpha right there.
So it is hinted throughout, of our marketplace and everything. But for it only makes sense, right? That we do have that marketplace available, and for that, especially for a system like this. But again, I am just going to say that, hey, we're thinking, and we're developing. But once it is finalized and everything, of course, you guys know that we will be announcing it everywhere. So yes, but as of right now, what you see is what you'll be getting, and there might be some more.
Another thing, Will, if it's all
Oh,
right to ask,
oh, oh,
since
oh,
there
oh.
was an announcement before
Mhm.
regarding the Space Frontier, will there
Mhm.
be another playtest for the Space Frontier and the Metabolt?
Playing test.
I mean, of course, there will be, whether it be a playtest or a beta, closed beta. We will announce it. So, again, for all of our Space Frontier enthusiast fans,
Yes.
it will be coming. It will be coming. I know. Cavalorn is like, please have it come back. Please have it come back.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, Han, thanks for your reactions and your alpha digging questions. I think the
Yes.
community will be very, very happy that you were able to kind of dig those things out. Um, and we do have a little bit of Delabs token alpha to kind of get into in a little bit, but before then, still Mankos. I mean, what was your reaction? What are you looking forward to most in the Delabs playable layer? And also, kind of what reactions have you kind of seen, in the Spanish speaking community about, after the white paper was released, kind of their views on it as well.
Well, first of all, thanks Hans for the alpha question. And else, well, most of the people and also I from the Spanish community are holders for different collections. As I from Mancos NFT and also different communities that I know, they are holders from different games and different famous collections. I mean, and so they are excited. The social part, you mentioned that you are planning to connect on giving like a buzz from your partners or uh, collabs. I mean, all that's also that I think that it's exciting for me because with that I think that more people on Web3 and more communities and different gamers from different kind of games like shooters, everything, adventures, will try to move and play Rumble Rising Stars, Metabolts, and Space Frontier. So we are gonna see a lot of people from different countries, from everything, everywhere that are gonna join us, and I like that. I like because I think that we are gonna have more calls, not only this.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a specific game from Rumble Racing, Space Frontier, and Metals. In the near future, we are gonna have calls on Friday, Saturday, and we are gonna see more people connecting here. So I like the part to share more. I think that it's we are close now in the near future, and also the part of you mentioned that you can build your profile and also unlock that with the tokens. So you have something to do as a gamer. We
Mm-hmm.
know that it is exciting to unlock things. So there's also for grinders on the game.
Yeah, I mean, so many things to look forward to. And again, people are excited just by the idea of it. So once it is up and running, I could only imagine how much more exciting it'll be for everyone. So, I mean, one comment we have from Edgerunner Ken, Web2 gamers don't understand this Web3 layer. Don't understand this Web3 layer can empower gamers. 99% are strongly opposed to Web3, but Web3 has changed so much in a few years. Excited to see Delabs at the forefront paving the way with AIS. I'm going to need to buy a lot of inventory expansion slots. So again, thank you for that great analysis and comment. And yeah, we're excited that you're excited. So the alpha of the Delabs token. It is nice, short, and sweet. Not much details I could go into, again, at the moment, but what I can say is for everybody to be prepared that the airdrop is coming. Is coming when? Can't say yet. But, we'll be in the thick of it very, very soon. So the airdrop is coming. So you'll have to really pay attention on our Delabs official X. You have to be, in our Discord. We'll have a lot of things coming up. So I cannot say much more than that. Before we would always be like, yes, H1, first half of 2024. What I'm allowed to say today is that the airdrop is coming. Okay? So take that as you will. And, make sure to, have that be known to everybody else as well, that the airdrop is coming. Yeah. So what are your reactions, guys? Hello? Oh.
And I think that we need to increase more our levels on the game and get all the badges that as we can.
Yeah. Get as much as you can.
It's coming.
It is coming. Everybody's moving back and forth. But yes, have that be known for anybody who is a little late today and will be hearing the recording. It'll be probably like an hour in before they hear it. But, please let everybody know. Shao.
So one question I have for you is, if you're still either new to the system or you've been just holding your, AP path, is there something that they make sure that they don't miss? Like, is staking important? Is doing something important? What can they do in the interim while they wait so that they can maximize the potential airdrop?
For the Delabs token airdrop, right?
Yes, sir.
Beginning part, I couldn't really hear. It was a little
Oh,
muffled.
sorry. Yeah. It's getting a little loud here. But yeah, no, what I was basically saying is, yes, just to make sure that anyone who's like new to the system, anyone who is, who has been just sitting on their past, I just want to make sure that anyone who has, is part of our ecosystem doesn't miss out. What would you say is the one thing that they have to do or two things they have to do while they wait for the airdrop?
So as you wait for it, make sure that, one, you have as many Delabs Adventure Passes as you can. Hopefully you've been staking this whole time, but if you haven't staked, I highly recommend that you stake it. I also highly recommend you playing Rumble Racing Star, earning Rumble Racing Star tokens through the Rumble Racing Star by in the Star Garage completing the missions, the daily missions for RRS tokens. And, just being active community members, because that also affects the star badges that you could, that's what I mean. The star badges to be active members in RRS and to achieve, some of the star badges there are also Discord based as well. So yes, I highly recommend people to be active in playing And then also, and getting Metabol's PFP, NFTs as well. And there's a whole bunch that are at a reasonable price, at floor price. So, those are the things that I would recommend our community members to really go into in whatever things that they can, whether it be earning or acquiring these assets. And that'll prepare you for it. Yes. So please get on that as the airdrop is coming. Yes. So we have Jam saying, woo, on X. We have Kieran Moore Alt asking me, how old are you? I don't know if people would say you look older or younger, but I am 36, turning 37 in a couple of weeks. So, yes, I would like to think.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. I would like to think that I look younger for my age, but yes. Oh, sorry. People on Discord can't see my face.
25?
I wish my body would say that too. But not at the moment. But I would like to be young at heart. But late nights with the baby and everything, now that she's teething and everything as well, not really giving much sleep for both me and my wife. But maybe I'll age. Abdurrahman Al-Sharif says, happy birthday. Yeah, you look 18, dude. Thank you. I wish I was back to those days. But again, thank you. Actually, I don't know how to better transition. But actually, we need to do our raffle. And for our raffle, let me get this up and running for you guys.
With that being said, I do have a group to go back to and to attend to. I've been gone for a little over an hour, but I want to say thank you to everyone who was able to attend. We'll make sure to have a nice recap for you as well. But kudos to everyone here. Will, you did a phenomenal job. Mankos and on dropping some alpha and extracting some alpha. And also want to wish everyone a good morning, good night, and good evening.
Thank you, Shao.
Appreciate you. And I look forward to the next week's MA. Don't make sure to not miss that.
Yes.
As you can tell, we just keep dropping more alpha every week.
Yes.
So
yeah,
if you
happy
miss
to
out,
hear you guys. Take care, Shao. Happy birthday.
and enjoy the raffle.
You look 18, bro, for real.
Will, for sure. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. And Shao, thank you. Have a good night.
Love. Bye-bye.
So for today, actually, what is this raffle for those who are not aware? For our Rumble Racing Star, we do have a season payout after each season. And actually for this, they actually have the choice of whether receiving their proportional ranking reward and such, or they could take all those points and then have it applied to raffle tickets. And they could just all bet for raffle tickets. But here is the raffle. This week there's only 2, so it's either 1 or 2. So let's see who wins the Premium Race Raffle. Here we go. Ooh, close. It is number 1, and I believe number 1 is... Oh, hold on. Let me get on to number 1. It is... Oh, where is it? It is Graze Gapol. So Grace Gapol is a very active community member, actually. So congratulations to you. Yes, we'll make sure to get all this in. Let me input that data as well. Gotta make sure that it is in. So it is raffle number 1. Okay. So now what we will do, actually, we are over the time, but I also do believe that we have some community members who are here to actually play a little bit of Rumble Racing Star. So I do not want to disappoint them. So what we will do is actually, we might not play 3 matches. We might just play one of each. So I think that is something that we will be doing now. Let me stop the screen sharing here and have it be through here. So we will be playing a bit of Rumble Racing Star for engage points. Now, what are engage points? Engage points are for our Discord, where I gotta log in again. Let me not show. Let me do this really quick. Let me just log in really quick. And here we go. We're gonna be logging in, getting in the game. So the engage points you could earn if you do appear in the race that we are having on this live stream at the moment. And if you do, you will receive an engage point. Now, these engage points can be used for raffles, weekly raffles that we have, usually on Tuesdays, UTC time. And what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to participate. Our Adventure Pass holders who have not staked, and for those who have staked, you will have additional opportunities to win Rumble Racing Star tokens. So that is 1,000 Rumble Racing Star tokens. That is what you will be able to do. So again, those tokens are very valuable for what? For Delabs tokens. That will be exchanged for that in the future. So please make sure to do that. Now, what we will do is we will play 1 event race. So if you appear in this, you'll get 1 engage point, 1 race mode, and then 1 team match. Mangoes.
I'm ready.
You're ready? You're ready. Han is ready. So
I've been waiting.
you've been waiting. So for our community members here, it is always easier. Ooh, we could do the welcome. Welcome is misspelled. But the welcome spring event. So let's do that. This is where you could check the leaderboard. Actually, you'll be able to check the leaderboard here. Oh, I believe it's here. I guess it's not. The leader. Oh, here's the leaderboard. Leaderboard is here. This is where you could check. So Rich, NYNC, and Baja. I know Baja has won before. They're way up there at the moment. So we will see. So we will start with the Welcome Spring Event race mode, and then we will go into regular race mode. So if you're in our Discord, and if your Discord name matches with your username, it's easier for me to give you guys the engage points. But if your username is completely different, just let me know, and I will make sure to give you the proper points, okay? So we will go 3, 2, 1, and then I will press it, okay? So ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. So let's see who gets in on this. I am excited. Hama is in Pluto and Decipher. So, Decipher. And Pluto Nguyen. Here we go. Ooh, let's see. Oh man, I missed that one. Uh-oh. Just stay on. No! Wow. Let's see if I can catch up. I'm gonna need to use her skill. Let's see. Man, even though I've been missing all the shortcuts, still in the thick of it. Come on. Let's see if I could catch up, guys. I screwed that one up. Man, will I even place? Okay. I might place in this one, guys. I might get third. Woo! At least got third. Man, that was a hard one. Does anybody love animals in here? Love animals 10019? Or guest? Or Dottie? If you are, please let me know. Most reset player. Wow. I had to respawn so many times. Blessin', are you gonna be in the game? Same with Hayao Miyazaki. We have our regular race mode. I hope for race mode we'll be able to, because there is a new, kind of new Goblin Town track. So let's go in on this one, okay? So everybody, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I have done this Goblin Town track so many times. I have not been able to get into top 3 at all. So AC, Decipher, and Pluto, they just keep getting them points. Oh, Hayao Miyazaki is saying, I watch your play. I'm not good at playing games. I love watching people play games. Also, this is the track. Have you guys tried this track? This track is hard. This track is hard. Woo. Man, how are they so fast? Here we go. Oh, Mancos. Oh, you ruined me. Mancos. Ooh, let's go to the portal. Woo. Uh-oh. Another portal. Let's go. Oh. At least I'm not too far from you guys. Woo. Oh man, if somebody hits me here, that's like game over. Let's go. No. 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 Oh, man. I'm not even going to... Oh, not top 3. Oh, screwed it up at the end. That track is hard, right, guys? Man. Pluto and Decipher just killed it. So we'll be going into the last one. So, last one, let's do the friendly match. Let's create AMA 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get on in. So, room, AMA, password 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we got more tracks for... We got more tracks for the team race. Pluto, Decipher, Hama, Mancos. If there's anybody else that joins. But I have a feeling that they may not. So what I will do is... Let's have Pluto here. Mancos here. I will go observer mode. Team. And this is just for all the marbles. This is just 2v2. Wow, this is going to be interesting. 2v2. So you'll have lots of space. You'll have a lot of weapons. So let's see how it goes. So Mancos, when you are ready, we can go and we can wrap up the AMA for today. Here we go. So this is going to be interesting. So 3 engage points for AC Decipher.
Yeah, I think my game crashed, Will.
Oh no.
No.
idea what happened.
Oh no. Did we all crash? I think something happened. What happened?
Game crash. I don't know. what
I
happened.
think so.
Yeah.
Let's try it again.
Did you
Play
crash
on the
too?
game.
It might have been me, guys. It might have been me. Let's just get right into it. So the room will be the same. AMA. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will go observer mode. Get everybody in. I was just gonna give AC Decipher 3 points. Pluto Nguyen 3 points. So guys, it is still all the same room. Just Pluto needs to come in, and then we're good to go. Just ready on up, and we will get this on the road. Pluto. Ah, Pluto's on the way.
Oh,
Ah,
3 versus 3.
2v2. Here we go. Let's cross our fingers. Let it work. I hope it has nothing to do with the track. I hope the track is okay.
Yeah, I think something's wrong with the track, bro. I got crash again.
Ah,
It's the track.
it's the track. Okay,
On
we
the
will
track,
go.
please, you know something. What's up?
Yeah, okay. We
Yeah, I
will.
got kicked out. Yeah.
I was so excited for that track, but okay.
It's gonna be the first time I won.
So, okay, sorry to do this to you guys again. Let's get on in. Last time we will go into the tracks that we normally do. Again, same AMA. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will go with Animal Barn.
Wait for me, wait.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
Hayao Miyazaki is out, so good day, good night, whatever the time may be. Mankos is in, we just need Pluto. Once Pluto is in, we'll go, go, go.
And now we are complete.
Oh, we are here. We are here. Start and cross your fingers, guys. Let's go.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
It better work.
Bro, I think
Ooh.
something's wrong with the friendly match.
I think something is wrong with friendly match right now. We'll get back into it,
Oh.
but we have
Yeah.
already given the rewards to both AC Decipher and Pluto Nguyen. Wish we ended on a better note, but I think that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for sticking with us. It's been an hour and a half. So for those who've been here on X, on YouTube, and in the Discord, thank you so much for being with us. We'll be back again next week with even more alpha, and keep an eye on our X this week. There are a lot of things, a lot of news that is going to be coming up. So please make sure to be on for that. Yeah. So any final words? Han, Mancos? Han first.
I really love hearing from you guys to learn more about the new stuffs and developments, and I'm real excited for the more about the metabolts and to play it again, and for the some teasers and things for the Space Frontier. Looking forward to race with the team, and I hope something
Yeah.
what happened to the friendly match. And anyway, I really appreciate everyone here, Marcos and Will, and you and Shava earlier. I hope to hear from you guys again next week.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for being here. Love you.
Yeah. Thank you, Han. How about for you, Mancos?
First of all, thank you guys for joining us. If you have the opportunity to hear again the M&A, please do it. The Shao and Will give us some alpha and wait for a Shao recap. And also, Will, happy birthday, bro. I really appreciate you, and well, I hope you have a good day and with your family.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate you, bro.
Again, my birthday is in several weeks. It's the last day of April, so it's still a bit away. It's still a bit away. Not yet. But again, thank you everybody for the early birthday wishes. Yeah, April 30th is the day. So, yeah. But again, thank you everyone. Thank you. It's always great and amazing to be here with you guys and to continue to grow and learn with you guys. So, again, if you have any questions and if we didn't cover it today, please make sure to go to the AMA questions channel in our Discord and go to the Google form to submit your questions. Or you go to the Gen Chat and just ping us, me, Shao, Han, Mancos, Cavalorn. Who am I missing? Am I missing? Or any of the staff members, right? Andy, Quinn, Wise,
Jill, bro.
me, everyone. So yeah, please make sure to do that, and we'll be with you as soon as possible. So again, we'll be back here, same time, same place. So yes, we'll be back, and we hope everybody has a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Again, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys again next time.